Alright, what I'm doing here is I'm doing a build and a review on the Bauer 20 volt battery operated Jigsaw. And here's the box for it, right here. I have not used this yet. And I'm going to go ahead, and there's the numbers of this particular one. I'm building a set of stairs. Like, it's going to be 3 foot high and just for walking up so that you can reach stuff, or I really want it for getting in and out of a boat that's on a trailer. And what I'm building it out of, all this is, I milled all this lumber myself probably 9 months ago, I guess. And so it's going to be a lot of rip cuts and what have you. Alright, so I got that. Of course, it was with this. I mean, that's not bad. Once I, went ahead and, you don't do rip cuts with a freaking jigsaw. But, I mean, once I went ahead and stabilized the board and everything, I mean, it didn't do that bad of a job. It really didn't. I mean, I'm actually, I put just used a different blade and went ahead and I went through one battery. I mean, it took a whole battery, a little bit more than a whole battery to do that cut. I mean, that's to be expected. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and I think I can get the stringers out of this one board. And really the stringers, the bottom of the stringers are really the only boards that I need straight sides on. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest with a circular saw. Cut the other side with a circular saw. And just go ahead and use this for where I really need it. Got my 2 pieces of lumber here that I milled and cut and did everything with here. I'm gonna go ahead and do my math for my rise and my step. The rise on a step, these are the stringers. These two are the most important part of this, the hardest to do. The rise is basically where you step, the rise. I mean, think about it. The rise is where the step comes up, and the step is the step. So the way I like to do this is just to keep it real simple. I got this lumber. I wish it was a little bit thicker, but this will be all right. So what I'm gonna do here, since this isn't as thick as I want, instead of a 10-inch step, I'm gonna do a 9-inch step. So just to kind of put that in perspective, and gotta have this. So what I'm going to do is just measure 9 inches on here and then mark it, because I can't really see this. So old. Just mark it 9 there. And then I'm just going to mark the rise at 7 3/8, which is pretty standard. Mark that on there like that. And then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go ahead and start. You got to look at it, because this is going to be the front of your step. This is going to be your first step. I mean, you can You just want to make sure that this line right here, which I'm going to do correctly once I get it up here, doesn't come past your point down here. You just line up your two lines like so. And actually, I could probably, you know what, I think I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and make the rise smaller too. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit off of the step and the riser. Instead of, got that at 9. And instead of 7 3/4 here, or 7 3/8, I'm going to go ahead and make it 6 3/8. And the reason I'm doing this is because I just didn't like, I wanted more meat here. Like, even though, just so it's a little bit more secure. I might go ahead and take, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take another, a little bit more here, so this is flush. Just going to go ahead and mark it. Wherever you mark on your square, as long as you have a flat back end, this is going to be the back of the stringer. This is where the steps are going to be. You should be good. And you got to make sure that this will come all the way this way. So I'm going to go ahead and do that there. And then do my line there. Alright, that's step number 1. And this is going to be the first step here. And then what I'm going to do here is take whatever this is. You can adjust this as you like. I mean, I can keep it high, like, you know, I can keep it high or take it a little bit lower. So you just keep going down the line. So at this point, I'm at about 2.5 foot. If I take this straight back, I'm at about 2.5 foot. And I like that, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this straight back. So our little contraption here, our mobile step, will be about 2.5 foot tall. And that works. So for this part, first thing I'm going to do, just go ahead and cut these lines. And when I cut these lines, I'm going to go ahead and keep the lines. I'm going to cut on this side of all the lines, the trash side. And what I mean by the trash side, see, this is good, and this is all the stuff all the waste. I'm going to try when I do my cuts to go ahead and leave leave this side of the line. So my cuts are going to be over this way. Different applications for that. Like, it might not make a whole lot of sense what I mean there, but with different applications, I mean, that stuff is really important. so now, I mean, it was alright, but ain't no sense in it being like that. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, it's a good little, it's a nice tool. Nice and sturdy, and it'll definitely serve the purpose. So, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.